Yeah, very good day to my students. Now, today we'll be taking another section of garment manufacturing, and that will be the sewing department. First of all, I would like to tell you that the capacity of a garment unit is based on number of sewing machines. Like if anyone can tell me the capacity of a spinning mill, how do you say the capacity of a spinning mill? It is the number of spindles, that is irrespective of the pre-ring frame and post-ring frame machineries. In a ring frame, the number of spindles. A ring frame may contain 400 spindles, or today it is 960 spindles. It may contain. Number of spindles is the capacity of a spinning mill. Now, if you take a normal spinning mill in Tamil Nadu, which is well known for its quality yarn, with South India Textile Research Association and assisting the entire spinning industry. 25,000 spindles is a large unit. A very large unit is 1 lakh spindles. 25,000 spindles earlier was a profitable, was considered as a profitable. Now with the cost increase and modern technology, even 10,000 spindles is cost effective. That is what we say for spinning. Now for weaving, the capacity of a weaving industry, we say in the terms of looms. In the terms of looms. Okay. Now for a processing industry, number of meters it can process per day. The capacity to process number of meters per day. That is after dyeing, you do the finishing through a stenter or a curing machine. Finally, the cloth has to be packed. That finishing part capacity, let's take 1 lakh meters per day. A big processing unit, 1 lakh meters per day, it can process. Now, for a garment industry, it is the number of sewing machines. Earlier, also in earlier classes, I used to tell you that buying a computerized cutting machine for a certain amount equals to setting up a garment unit with 50 machines. So that is the comparison. So 100 machine is a normal factory, 500 machine is a large factory, and 300 is very large. I mean 300 to 500 is a large. See, that's the difference between China and India. Why they can give the cost lesser cost is their capacities itself, like 100 machine factory, they have 500 machine factory at various places. So they have high capacity, which naturally reduces the cost. So now coming to the point, the garment industry is the area where is the capacity is number of sewing machines. Let's see. Next. Yeah, now you see the sewing department. How does it look? Another very important point here to be noted is today most of the textile graduates in whatever area they study textile technology, textile engineering, and textile, they study apparel management, or they like NIFT courses, they study MTech, MTech textile technology, or Master of Fashion Management. Most of the students are entering garment industry. See, one of the reasons is many years back, let's take 35, 40 years back, we were exporting raw material for garment industries to in various countries. So the raw material for garment industry was a finished fabric. Now we have started doing the finished garment, the finished garment, and then exporting. So you get value addition. When value addition is there, more revenue for the country and the GDP increases. See, one of the things in garment is the sewing machines. What you're seeing in the photographs, number of sewing machines. So 100 machines per factory is a normal one, and you see every sewing machine in a line, which means one sewing machine, one operator. Please remember this always: one sewing machine, one operator. In power loom, in a power loom or in the weaving industry, depending on the type of machine you can allocate the worker. Like if you take modern unconventional rapier, adjet, or projectile loom, you can allocate 12 looms per worker. In a spinning mill, you can allocate in the types of higher counts, you can allocate even up to 6 sides. One side is 220 spindles. So one operator can see around 1200 spindles for a finer count. For coarser counts, it's around 400. Here, one sewing machine, one operator. What does this mean? It is a labor intensive industry. It's a labor intensive industry. So that is why uh, uh, so many people are getting jobs in garments. Two, you carry on getting orders in different styles. Very rare to see same order repeating and repeating. Yeah, it comes, but compared to the number of industries available, market available, style changes, from season to season. So that means the operator must be well versed in different styles. So another advantage here is you can have semi-skilled operators. Skilled operators is a must. You can have a percentage of semi-skilled operators where you need to pay lesser. So that is what the garment industry is about today. So what you're seeing is the sewing department, and here you're seeing the work culture. So the sewing operator, here we call operator, we don't say worker. Sewing operator doing the different operations. Basically, what they're doing, in what you saw in cutting, the fabric is cut into different components or various shapes that go into make a garment. So those different components are joined together in a sewing department by using the say the single needle lock stitch or double needle lock stitch machine. So that is what is basically happening. Joining the different pieces to make a finished garment is the work of the sewing department. Now you may ask another thing, looking at the photograph, how come everything is in one line? See, please, one thing we can like to leave you. You want to make a full sleeve shirt. Let us take some 1,400 shirts I want to make in a 100 machine factory. Then 45 operators or 45 machines go to make one shirt. Please understand. One operator will do any one operation, joining the front and back. Another operator will fix the collar. Another one the yoke. Another one the pockets. Like that, different operation, different operators. So basically, you need around 45 operators. In that 42 working at a time, 3 can be inoperative for sudden breakdowns. They go all the 45 working together, give you an hourly production of 100 shirts per hour. Okay, for a 45 machine line, let us take it. This is the example I'm giving is an actual example from the industry. So that is how it is done. So entire shirt is not stitched by one operator. That is the work of a tailor. You want uh, uh, you want consumer, as an individual consumer, go to tailor, takes the measurement and gives you according to your body shape or your style as demanded. Here in garment industry, here what the tailor does is all the operations. Those operations are split into 8 or 9 parts and given to the different sewing operators in the industry. That way you can take higher production and you can really reduce the cost. That is one advantage. Two, like an XL size for a person of 5 feet 8 inches, you go to the tailor. Let's take 5 feet 5.5 inches. That is the normal Indian human height. That the average male height is 5 feet 5.5 inches for an Indian. You want to stitch a shirt 2 meters, he'll ask you. The same shirt for that particular height in a garment industry, it is enough you have 1.8 meters. So 20 centimeters you save. Assuming it's 100 rupees per meter, you're already saved 20 rupees 20 rupees on your raw material. So that is what the calculation is about. So here you see the different operations in a sewing factory. But what it is just like the tailor, the sewing operator also gets tired. There are breaks in between. So you have a general shift only. Most of the sewing factories, we have only the day shift with some extra working hours in the evening, sometimes during export. we are shortage of the production, we may have to work 2 nights or 3 nights together. The reason for working only in day shift is the final quality is in the garment. So mistakes in night shift, mistakes come. So you don't produce a product to make mistakes or defects. So that is why day shift is done. Day shift is done. Go to the next slide. So you see a sewing layout. Now you saw the operators. Now you see the layout. What I was telling, 45 machines. Here we are talking about a polo shirt. I don't know. You must be hearing about the T-shirt, polo shirt, which is very common, popular, and made in Tirupur, Ludhiana, and Kolkata. Okay, and lot of brands have come out now in this polo shirt. In that, you you need at least 14 machines. So you need at least 14 machines in that.